Hello, everybody. Give me 1 second while I invite M. I just invited her. Yay!
Hey,
How are you?
doing good. How about you? I
Good. Oh my
just got
God.
out of the shower, so don't mind the wet hair.
I love it. No, that's great. Oh, how fun. Hey, so we can go ahead and get started. We can just do some little intros. So if you want to go first.
Sure. Well, I guess we can start by talking about what brought us into this
Yeah.
business. Well, for me, becoming a mom changed my life drastically. I was a teacher before, loved what I did. But then when I went back to work postpartum, I struggled a lot with that and realized it was no longer where I needed to be. I needed to be more present with my son. So that brought me into network marketing, and I started with a low ticket MLM. And we'll talk a little bit more about that later on. But that's what I first learned about, and decided to go with that and see if it would be something that can provide a way for me to be home with my son and also bring something in financially. So I started with a low ticket MLM, and then I followed a handful of women who were doing Enagic. But I looked into getting a Kangen machine years ago, back in 2020, and I saw the price and I was like, ooh, I don't even want to ask my husband. So that's kind of what held me back. But then when I saw the business opportunity, and I compared it to the difference between what I was doing to what it could be, it was a no-brainer. So here I am. What about you?
Awesome. Yeah. So for me, I kind of did I don't know, typical American thing. Like I went to college, I graduated with honors, I started my dream job and loved it for the most part. And I still love the mission behind what I do, but I just found that I was so exhausted and overwhelmed. And just missing the things that I wanted to do in life. I wanted to spend more time with family. I love traveling. I'm a huge traveler, so I wanted to do that more. And I just wanted to be able to be more present in my life outside of work. And I didn't really have that in the job that I have. And so I started looking around, same thing. I was like, wow, there are all these people who are working remote and traveling the world and doing all of this. Like, what are they doing? And so I looked at multiple different ones, and throughout all of them, like, this is the one that just stood out among the rest. And so that's why I started to get into all of this.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. And,
Yeah.
and so for those of you out there, Em and I are both a part of the same community. So that's how we met each other. There's an incredible group of women who are all involved with Enagic and with Kangen water, and we have just formed this big family of all of these people who have gotten into this business. And so that's how we met each other and why we're here with you today.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we're just going to cover a little bit of difference between high ticket versus low ticket and why we chose to do high ticket. And do you want to start out?
Sure. I'll kind of give some background. Like I mentioned prior, I started with a low ticket MLM. And I never would have considered that for myself prior, but I was using a shampoo. When I became a mom, I lost a lot of hair. And I was trying all these different things to make my hair go back. I had a bunch of bald spots. And so I started using this shampoo, and it worked. And I loved it so much. And I saw the woman that I bought it from, how successful she was in her business. So I was like, oh, maybe I can do something like this. And I was super awkward and so bad at it when I first started, but we all start somewhere. So I started with that, and I had some success with sales, but I feel like with low ticket MLM, you have to make a lot of sales to make a substantial amount of money. And you really have to grow a team to be able to build in a low ticket MLM. So the structure of it didn't really work well for me. I'm not an influencer. I don't have a lot of people following me on Instagram. It's basically just friends and family. I've got some new people now, but at the time when I started the low ticket MLM, I didn't have very many followers. So now, what we do now are high ticket affiliate marketing. For one, it's not an MLM, right? We have the 8-point compensation plan, which is, I love it. And I love that it divides the way it should. And also, I don't have this pressure to sell to family and friends. I love that we can use automation and ads and the training that we get. It's just been life-changing for me, and I'm grateful for the path that I've been on because I learned a lot through doing the low ticket. But where I'm at now, I'm just very excited to be working with a high ticket product that I love. And I will also add that the hair care stuff, I'm not like a beauty guru at all. So it never really aligned with me, and I always felt awkward to like be doing my hair on camera. I don't really wear makeup either, so that was another thing that it just didn't like really fit with who I am. But in Magic, selling this water machine, it's right up my alley. I'm all about health and wellness and, you know, what's going to be best for us to put in our bodies and use in our house, having low tox to no tox stuff. So yeah, this item has been a blessing to my family in multiple ways. So yeah, here I am.
I love that so much. Yeah, it was kind of similar. I didn't actually get involved with any low tickets personally, but I watched my mom do low ticket growing up, and I watched her put a ton of time and effort into it. And again, just the commission that you make off of the products, you have to sell so many, and usually it's like a monthly subscription to things. And so people will cancel their subscription, and then you have to get more, and it's just like kind of this rat race of just like going in circles. And so I watched her do that, and like she enjoyed it for a while, and she, like the community that she had was really good when she was starting out, but it ended up fizzling out, and it wasn't sustainable, you know. And so that's something that I really appreciate about like this opportunity. First off, I never wanted to do sales. I'll make that clear. It was just like not something I ever wanted to do. Like I was the kid whenever we had to do like the school fundraisers and sell the candles, I was like, please don't make me sell these candles. Like I don't want any part of this. Like I'll buy the ticket for whatever we're fundraising for. Like, yeah. So it was not something I ever wanted to do. But once I kind of got to that point in my life where I was like, okay, like I can continue on the career that I thought that I was going to be doing for 20 years, or I can step out of my comfort zone and try this new thing and something that has been proven to work, right? Like we have all of these people who we are in this community with who like has made so much success with this, both like in personal development and in finances and just like the way that they've been able to shape their lifestyle. And I was like, why don't I just like take a leap of faith, try something that I have absolutely no experience in and just like go for it. So that's what I did. And yeah, it's been really awesome. I've been super thankful for it. And just like once I learned about the compensation plan, I even talked it over with my mom. I was like, I know that you've done something like this before. So if this looks similar, please tell me because I don't want to do that same thing. So yeah, it ended up actually being a really awesome choice and decision and experience. So I've been super thankful for that.
Oh yeah. And I also love that with what we're doing, the company we're partnered with, that they don't do deranking. That is something I did not understand when I started with the low ticket MLM. I remember the first month that I like got a good amount of sales and I hit like I up ranked. I remember being so excited and I was like, oh, this is so cool. I can do it. And I was like, oh yay. And then the next month came around and it like started back at like the bottom of the totem pole basically. And I was not aware of that process when I first started. So that I was like, what? I didn't realize that was going to happen. So, yeah, that makes it challenging. So I love that within Magic, there is none of that. So if, you know, life happens and I take a year off, I'm going to pick up where I left off. So, yeah. What I love about it, you know, you're not, tied down to hitting certain numbers every month and keeping it up. And, if people decide to leave or, you know, whatever, it doesn't affect us as individuals at all. So
absolutely. And
yeah,
yeah, I love when people ask that too. They're like, oh, so like, how much is this business going to make me? Or like, what can I get out of this business? And like, truthfully, like you get out of it what you put in. Like there's no deranking. So you're never going to go down. As soon as you've made the sales, like you're going to continue making the commission at whatever rank that you're at. And we've seen that in examples. Like we have people who have taken 2 years off to travel and they'll go and they'll leave their business and then they'll come back and they'll just start at the exact same spot. But like if you only want to do it as a side hustle or if you want to do it as your full time, like you have the opportunity to like scale it however you want. But in the same vein, like if you're not putting as much into it, like you're not going to get as much out of it. And so it's like totally on you as to like do I want to do this? Do I not want to do this? Like, how much effort and time am I willing to put forth? Or like, am I just going to kind of see what happens?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It is work, right? You got to put work in, but it's definitely not a 9 to 5. I spend 1 to 2 hours a day and I usually take the weekends off. And it's nice. I love that I have the flexibility and I get to prioritize my family and our needs, and then work comes later. Whereas with my job, I was expected to be there 5 days a week. And when the school day ends, my job doesn't end. I still had a bunch of other stuff to get done. So I have just gained so much more time for my family, which is what I wanted. So doing this kind of thing is just awesome. And I think that, there's such like a negative connotation with doing online sales or affiliate marketing. And I used to think the same thing. I used to totally be anti any of this, but the more you learn, the more you know. And I just don't think people know enough about it. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just want to hit on something you just said. So affiliate marketing. So to clarify, like, we are not stocking product. Like, we are not housing product. We don't have to like take anything physically with the company that we are aligned with. Basically, it's like the company didn't want to pay for its own marketing team, so they're paying us to market for them. So we're basically the middleman between like the consumer and the company. And so we're just providing the products and the resources from the company to the exact clientele that they are selling to. So it's really awesome too, because like I know when my mom was doing it, she had lotions everywhere because she was doing like a skincare lotion thing. And there was like lotions over here and serums over here. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so much. And so that was also something I didn't want to have to deal with. I'm like, I live by myself in like a townhouse. I was like, I don't have enough room for these boxes of lotions to be coming in and like having to deliver or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, I did not want to sell to family and friends. I was like, that is a huge no-no for me. We do have people who do organic marketing that like do end up selling to their family and friends, but I was like, that's not for me. And so with the community that we have, they have made a step-by-step process that takes you all the way through from like zero to hero, whatever you want to call it. And like teaches you everything that you need to know about digital marketing, high ticket sales, affiliate marketing, like what that means, the commissions, like everything about the structure. And I have so appreciated that as well.
Right. Even navigating Facebook, Instagram, and now TikTok and any other platforms that we might use for our marketing. The possibilities are endless, and people they will learn how to do it if they, spend the time in the trainings and doing what they need to do. So yeah, it's a pretty awesome gig.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think that we hit on all of our talking points. Do you have anything else that you want to add?
I think that's pretty much it. But I guess one thing that, since we're talking about it, this isn't necessarily a difference between high ticket and low ticket, but what I do love about it is that if somebody were maybe not interested in the business side as much, but they were interested in buying the water, when you buy the Kangen machine, it comes with a free affiliate ID. So you might not want to do what we're doing. You might not want to do the business, but if you take advantage of that, you have it set up in your home. When you have guests come over, they're going to try this water and they're going to want it. It is just so good. It's delicious. And it's weird to call water delicious because water is just kind of tasteless, and it's clear, but it's so good. I can't even drink, like if I go to a restaurant, I have to bring my water. I can't even drink tap water anymore or like any restaurant water. So anyway, all of that to say, if you were interested more in the water, you get this machine, you get the free affiliate ID. If you have a friend who comes over and tries it and they want it, they can use your affiliate code and then you get a paycheck. So easy money, you don't have to do anything. Just let people try your water and they come over. So yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like we can get super intimidated by it too, because we're like, oh my gosh, we have to like sell this thing to people. But like when the product sells itself, it is so easy. Like you're just giving someone a glass of water to drink and they're like, oh my gosh, what is this? And you're like, well, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Or like my parents came to live with me, and so they had been drinking the water for like a week long, and they were like, wow, I feel better. And I'm like, I'm telling you, it works.
Oh yeah.
Or like my face, like there are certain times where I'll like break out more than other, but like with the beauty water, being able to use that, and like I just gave my dad some of it and he's like, oh, interesting. I'm like, yeah, I don't know what to tell you, like it's right here.
Oh yeah, I know. I love that I haven't needed to buy, and I try to, when I would buy cleaning products, I try to get, as clean as possible, low tox, but the less toxic it is, the better, right? So the fact that I'm using just water, it's completely non-toxic and it works. It's just amazing. So I could just rave about this product all day. I
I
love
know.
it so much. And I feel like someday everybody is going to need and want this water in their home because unfortunately bottled water, tap water, it's all only getting worse. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And everybody needs water.
Yep.
We can't go without it. So why not?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, great. This has been so much fun.
Yeah.
I hope you guys learned some stuff from it. We just wanted to get on here and share our hearts about why we're here, why this is what we chose to do, and just kind of the benefits of it from what we've seen. So if you guys have questions, feel free to reach out to either one of us. We're here to help you. We're here to get you more information. And yeah, we're just so stoked to be here.
Have a great day, everyone.
Awesome.
It was good.
Bye.
Bye.